All right, good morning, everybody. LPP here, finally back on a Saturday. And Cornelia is here. Yes, she is. She's been very busy moving babies around. She does not like having baby in the corner. Um, she decided the other morning to scare me half to death and drug them over here. I went to check on them and they weren't there, weren't anywhere to be found. And I got so scared that, something got in here and got them. And uh, she had moved them back over here behind the old sentry safe. And so I moved the kitty carrier back there and put a blanket in there so they would be, somewhat protected, sheltered, whatever. And anyway, this morning I tried moving them back over there and went outside for a second and came back, and she had promptly moved all three of them back over here. So she has decided that's where they shall be. Isn't that right? No, no, can't has my drink. Anyway, good Saturday morning. I'm trying my AirPods again for microphone. I tried them Monday, but apparently I didn't know what I was doing, which should not be a surprise to anybody. Um, but I found there was a setting in my streaming app, so to switch to different microphones. So that's what I did. Let me know how the sound is, um, and if you want me to go back to the old one or if this is better. But anyway, I want to say good morning. Rune International was first in the chat, just seconds after it opened. So Rune, thank you. Dana Reed is back from camping in the woods. Sure we'll hear all about that. Miko Wolf, good morning to you, sir. Nate Godden, good morning. Anthony, hope you're doing well. Pocket Women, saw you in here. Good day. Um, Dave Addion, good morning. Anthony's learning all about Australian phone numbers, which is actually kind of cool. I do kind of like telephone systems too. I think that's something common with lock people. We're interested in stuff like that. I know Night Owl is, and Jeff Moss is. And then, let's see here. Yeah, Cornelia's being a good mommy, and she is keeping them safe. Just wanted to help her out a little bit because I think they're getting to the age where they want to explore a little bit. I'll post some pictures. And anyway, good morning, G Key Man. Robert Patton, not sure if I said good morning to you, but if I didn't, good morning. Let's see. Sound is okay. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, just let me know how the sound is. Slightly different, but still good. A bit tinny. Okay. All right. We might try an experiment here in a second. Let's see. Rune going mobile because the washing machine is making strange noises from the drain pump. That's not good. Um, anyway, all right. So yeah, this week was another week of Mondays. Actually, Wednesday was the only day that I had that wasn't a Monday because I was in the shop all day, and I really didn't have much going on Wednesday. I mean, I stayed busy, um, you know, emailing with clients and making keys and stuff like that, um, doing some other stuff around the shop, but it wasn't slam busy. Yesterday, well, Tuesday, first off, when your first job of the week is installing a fresh install of an exit device, that just sort of sets the tone. And I scheduled it for that particular day and time, and just because I wanted to get it done and over with, and there it was. But anyway, I just yeah, the rest of the week was like that. Fresh installs. It wasn't a completely fresh install because it wasn't a brand new door. In fact, the door was beat all to crap, and um, I doorsmith the hell out of that door actually to make everything work. And then uh, I forget what I did the rest of the day, but I ran my butt off all day long, and um, just kept going. God. Then, like I said, Wednesday I kind of got a break, and then Thursday I had a job. I actually had a job from a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, or last week. I don't even remember when, but it was for a national service provider. So there are locksmiths who will get a contract with, a national chain store or a bank or something of that sort. And basically, it's their responsibility to find locksmiths local to an area and hire them to go and do the work for them. And we do this for several different places, for several different chains and banks and stores and whatnot. Um, and I had gone for this national service provider. I'd gone to this particular store before to do this, but the job was that they needed, um, they had interchangeable core, small format interchangeable core, key mark, Medico key mark cylinders. And so this national service provider, they're in Texas. This locksmith shop's in Texas, and they have the key mark keys, keyway, cores, everything. They pin them up, cut the keys, and ship them. They ship them to the actual store location, and then hired us to come in and swap out all the cores, which sounds really simple. You take the old core key, put it in the old core, turn it, that little like 30-second of a turn, pull the old one out, take the new one with the new core key, put it in, turn it back, lock it in place. Easy enough. Except that out of their 20-ish cores, cylinders that they had, the control key only worked in about 5 of them. Yeah, 5. So when I got there for the initial job that was scheduled, everything was there, and that's when we discovered that their existing control key only worked about 5 cylinders. So I called the service provider back and I said, hey, I'm going to have to, if you guys don't have another control key bidding that you can send, like cut and send, and then let me try that, then I'm going to have to drill like 10 or 15 cylinders. And I told them the price, thinking maybe that would motivate them to look through their records and see if there was ever another control key cut. It didn't. They said, that's fine. And I said, okay, well, I need more time than I have available today. So I will come back and be ready to drill. And the first cylinder went horribly. But I got some kind of live help from Tyler Thomas and Jeff Moss, and figured out my drill point and got it exactly right, and drilled out like 5 more cylinders, and then and found a few that took the control key and popped those out, swapped them. Then I got to 1 cylinder, and I got it drilled, and I could turn it that little bit of a turn, but it did not retract the lug. I don't know if I was too high, too low. I mean, I punched it, used a center punch in the same spot as I had all the others, and yeah, it just went all to hell. And I spent like an hour trying to get that out, wound up damaging the housing. So I got everything else done, put a temporary cylinder in that one till I could run to the shop, come back that evening on my way home, which, the shop's here, the location was here, and my house is over here. So kind of went like 45 minutes out of my way to go do that, swap that out, because I didn't have the spare housing on my truck, which I do now. So anyway, and then on the way back to the shop, I stopped and did a 10-cylinder rekey of a house, and all of it was either hoppy or which takes profile cylinders, or MTech hardware, which you pretty much have to take everything off the door to get to the cylinder. And then yesterday, went to go do a few jobs that I had scheduled for Thursday that I couldn't get to because of the run over from drilling those cylinders. Last 48 hours have been a nightmare. And the shop was busy as crap yesterday too. Like I literally had 7 customers walk in at the same time, all at once. I'm like, okay, let's see here. Let's see. Wait till he comes in and can't find them. They're on the shelves behind the toy. Yeah, Dana, probably one day. Good morning, Alan Corson. Thank you for joining in. Sounds like they get paid for marketing, customer acquisition. Anthony, actually, the NSPs, Tyler Thomas actually is an NSP for a couple corporations. And basically what they do is they say we want to deal with one service provider per region, basically. And that's the only person that they have to contact. So when they have an issue at a store, say like Dollar General, we've done work for the national service provider for Dollar General. That NSP does all their doors, windows, hardware, and everything, but they hire out local locksmiths to complete the work. They're a locksmith shop themselves and do all the stuff in their area and do like the cylinder pinning and everything, but they hire local locksmiths to go out and complete the work. Sorry, I might crunch a bit of ice. I don't know how loud that'll be. Let's see here. Choo, 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 down. Hop Skippity, good morning. Litter Picker, good morning. Let's see, is it wrong that I'm waiting for the day he is talking like this and the screams in pain all Cornelia, Dana, actually will grab my she'll grab my leg in the morning whenever I'm leaving, because I come out here in the mornings, turn the air conditioner on, turn the fan on, so they'll be nice and cool out here. And when I'm walking towards the door, she'll actually run up behind me and sink her claws and her teeth into my calf. I mean, not real hard, but just like, no, don't go. Stay here. Anthony, yeah, it was a learning experience. I learned I don't want to experience that anymore. Use key tag sitting in the filter. Rune, I posted one picture months ago about what came out of my pockets at the end of the day, and still I show up and I'll empty my pockets out in the evening. I'm like, where did that key come from? Or, oh, that's where that screw went, or something like that. And it's just, God, I need to get like a little container and all the stuff other than the normal stuff that I keep in my pockets, just throw it in there, and then one day spread it out for live and just show what was in there. Tactical kitten pants. Yeah, but it's summertime, Litter. This is the first job that I've ever had that I could wear shorts. Since being an adult, I've never had a job where I was allowed to wear shorts. So I am enjoying that immensely. I enjoyed it last year. I'm enjoying it even more this year because my tan's starting to get nice. And we won't even talk about the sunburn on my back from last weekend. But yeah. Let's see. Betty has a really high-pitched scream. If there had been video of last weekend. So last weekend, I went with my very dear friend Kim. she's kind of like a mama to me. We worked together in my one of my previous jobs. She still works there, and she has a boat and a jet ski, and it was just she and I went out uh, last weekend. We took the boat out on Saturday, and then we took the jet ski out on Sunday. That was the video I posted. Uh, but if there had been a video from Saturday when we discovered a wasp nest in one of the compartments on the boat, um, I would have posted that. I don't think I screamed when I jumped overboard, but um, I did evacuate the ship rather quickly. And I'm glad I went feet first too, because my aim was off a little bit. Water got really shallow really quickly. Uh, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, Anthony is pretty cool. The NSP National Service Provider thing, as a locksmith, you kind of have to be careful with it because they'll put a not to exceed limit on jobs. And, if they send you a job request and you see an NTE not to exceed amount that is like $10 over your trip charge for that location, you need to call them up and say, hey, uh, my trip charge is going to be basically this amount for your NTE. Um, this is what I can give you an estimate. This is what it's going to be. Now, if I need to do anything more than that, I'll call you while I'm there and let you know. But then you have to stop your work, have to call and say, hey, they're wanting this done, or they need this done, or this has to be done in order to get what you want me to do done. And they'll increase the NTE for you if they're a good service provider. We've got a pretty good relationship with a couple of ours. So like the one for Thursday, I said, hey, I told them how much we charge to drill a commercial cylinder. Um, and Anthony, I'll text you that amount. I don't want to say it on live, but I will text you that amount, and you'll understand why I was kind of surprised when they said, sure, that's fine with me. I mean, no pause, no nothing, just, yeah, go with it. But you kind of have to be careful because some of them don't want to do that. They don't want to increase that NTE. Um, and some locksmiths don't want to stop in the middle of a job to call and say, hey, I'm having to do this. So I kind of strike a balance. I'll get there, I'll look, I'll investigate, I'll see if there's a way around something. And if there's not, then I call before I start doing anything. So any locksmith who does a job like that, make sure that you assess everything before you start working. Do it before you start. That's all I'm saying. Just check everything, look at everything, and then call. If you know it's going to cost more money than what you've arranged already, then you call and you say, hey, this is going to cost more money, way more money. So why does he keep moving her as if we're here to see? Exactly. I mean, this should be Saturday Live with Cornelia, which she's back here with the babies. What's this baby doing out? Hmm? This little one was just out. I think this is the girl because she's the smaller black kitty, but she's the one that wants to explore. She's kind of brave. She's nice. Let's see. She don't want you to leave. Nope. Might depend on how high they get. um, but yeah, just a note to everybody. Um, Kim is off every other weekend, so don't be surprised during the summertime if I say, hey, no live today. And I might do like a little short live from the lake. I actually thought about it last Saturday, but by the time we got out to our spot and kind of got situated and everything, Jason was already live and I didn't want to interrupt him. But we, uh, we probably might definitely be doing that again. So Anyway, just a heads up. Let's see. James, good morning. Early morning for you. How's the audio? Because I'm getting pop-ups on the live dashboard control. You want back down? Okay. Here. Come here. Here. No, let go. There you go. Get in there with your mommy. Um, that's good. You should have some time off. Yeah, it's it's good to have that time off. It really is. Um, so this past Monday, I did a live while I was here, and swapped out the safe lock on my safe. Showed it. Um, we can take a look at it again if y'all want to. But basically, what I discovered is all of my dial combination locks, the spindles were too short because the door is pretty thick. I mean, there's actually probably an inch and a quarter space from the front outside of the door to the inside where the lock body would sit, and then of course you've got the thickness of the lock body, and the spindle has to go through there. Um, so I wound up splicing the wires for the old ESL lock, but after the live and a couple times this past week, just messing with it, playing with it, I really not relying on that ESL. Not because of the keypad or the wiring for the batteries. Um, that square bolt on that lock, and the square bolt is one of these, where I mean it's exactly what it sounds like. It's motorized square bolt, normally extended. Put your code in, it retracts, and then it'll come back out after 5 seconds or so. That one that's in there just loves to it loves to not work if there's even the slightest pressure on the bolt from the bolt work slide and carriage. So you have to make sure that that's completely off. Otherwise, you wait, then release the pressure, and then put your code back in to retract the bolts again. And I don't love that. And then with the bolt work extended and it all locked, um, it doesn't like to release again. And so what I want to do, because I want to put an electronic lock on there. I'll put a dial combination on there, probably just temporarily. But what I really want is a swing bolt like this Securam that we looked at that I don't have a keypad for. And um, Jeff from HKS sent it to me. It's been defeated, obviously, because or it's broken inside. But the swing bolt, just moves freely. It should not do that. And the swing bolt is what I like to install on the job whenever somebody converts from dial to electronic, because there's no retraction. It just has a little solenoid that moves an arm out of the way, and the bolt work can just slide that back. And then when you slide the bolt work back to lock it, that just pops right back down. So I got to find a cool swing bolt lock that I like to put on there. Let's see here. Let's look at the chat. Audio, sound good. Okay. All right, cool. Legless Lockpicker, good afternoon to you. Yeah, the kittens are very active. That's a good sign. What am I using for the microphone? I'm actually using my AirPods. I just got a set of AirPods a couple weeks ago. I'm still learning how to use them. But I thought that it might help with the audio a little bit. I don't know. And in fact, let's try an experiment. I'm going to go back to the regular audio microphone front. All right. So this is the front microphone, the one that I've been using. Tell me if that's different. If it sounds different from everything else. Let's see, if you forgot the combo, you do not need to ask out loud. You said it 654321. Rune, I actually did change it to um, one of my other regular combos. Why am I offline? Okay. Said I was offline for a second. I don't know why. Let's see here. Look through the chat. Um, Communicate with people in the future. Jason has, let's see, you're not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Jeez, what did I do? What did I do? Yeah. Let me try this. Try plugging in the phone so it's charging while I'm doing this. All right. How's that? These things are starting to bug me. Made a short stream drop when I switched microphone, okay? All right. Sounds no different. Sounds the same. In the UK. Awesome. Okay. Well, we'll see how this does. Yeah, Jason, I know I stole your audio issues. Yeah. Can't stand to have those things in my ears for too long though. I wish I could have gotten the AirPods Pro, which have that little comfort tip, and it allows like audio pass through, so you can hear what's coming up around you. It's one reason why I don't wear a hood. In the wintertime, when I'm wearing a jacket, I don't pull a hood up over my ears. I can't stand to not hear behind me. Never like that. Oh, it just changed. Okay, now the audio has changed. Sound just went funny. Okay. If you do double. Alright. So this doesn't sound good at all. Okay. Current audio is not as good. Well, go back to the other. We'll see if we can. Hear the fan really loud. Okay. Let's see if we can go back. All right. How's this? Is this better? Maybe. Let's see if we drop the stream again for a second. That's better. Good now. Okay, so we're back on the AirPods. Okay, cool. It's emphasizing. That's weird. I mean, the fan is just right over here, but I've had it on in the past. I guess maybe we all didn't realize how bad the audio was in the past. Um, well, that's good. I'll know to do this now. So anyway, back to the safe lock. I think what I'm going to try this weekend sometime, probably not today, but what I'm going to try is this S&G that I have that, and I talked about it in video Monday. It's got this funny, it's got the relocker plate built into the back case, to the back plate of the lock body. But I think I can make that work. I mean, if anything, I can just take a saw and cut this off right here to work with the relocker plate for that safe. Relockers are not something that you want to screw up at all. But I have to see if the spindle is long enough to reach in there. Came off a Liberty safe. Of course, it goes like that, and then you turn that. But it goes off a Liberty safe. It came off a Liberty safe, but anyway, it is. I mean, it's a good dial, and it's a good S&G lock. I don't know the combination to it, so I'd have to figure that out. But we can do that. That's not hard. Um, it's just the relocker plate that I worry about, and definitely want to have a relocker. And you know, if you're going to have a UL rated safe, you might as well keep the relocker in it. Now YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering, and that's literally where it cuts out. Let's see, much better, much better. As soon as you took the AirPods out, it changed over. Okay. Audio with fan noise, definitely worse than usual. All right. Gotta get swifty. I wonder, okay, no buffering on your end. Let me see if there's a setting I can get to in my streaming app. All right, AirPods, definitely. No. LPP Ltd. All right, so apparently I have to exit out of the streaming camera app thingy to go to the settings, but I'll see if I can kind of tweak that for next time. But we did learn something, and I'll go back and I'll play this back later to listen to it. Let's see, Hop Skippity missed Monday live. Company gave you a safe. Actually, what happened with that, and I'll take you down and look at the safe. I'm going to grab some stuff out of it first. So I put some stuff in there, but then I started mistrusting the lock that's in there. So let's go down here. I actually had the camera set up on top. So this is the safe. It's a Gardall 2-hour UL rated safe. And basically what it was is a customer had called the shop, because they had tried to change the batteries, and the battery lead, the battery connectors on the end of the wires, I'll show you here, had broken. And so long story short, what I did for them was I was ready to drill it, and I tried getting new leads. They didn't work. The polarity was reversed. So I wound up just cutting off the original leads, taping them to the batteries, holding it on there, putting the code in, got the safe open. They were actually moving out of state, didn't plan on taking the safe with them, and essentially said, hey, if you come and get it and haul it off on your own, it's yours. But it's a pretty good size Gardall, which is a good safe. And being UL rated, that's really good. That's an expensive safe. Of course, Cornelia, she's inspected it before, but she's doing that again. Um, but I mean, it's really nice, and the damn thing weighs 312 pounds. That was a lot to get from downstairs, out the back door, up a hill to the driveway, and then to the back of the pickup truck. Um, and that was two of us. Marie, that I work with, she helped me, and um, anyway, she helped me get it into the back of the truck. But then it was up to me to get it out and inside the shop here by myself, which wasn't that bad actually because of the ramp that goes up to um, the back of it. Let me see here. Okay. All right. Let me change the code for demonstration purposes real quick. Make sure I got the right code. Okay. Okay. These are the ESLs are pretty easy to change the combination on. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm running into with this. Um, see, it bound up on the bolt just a little bit, and like on the bolt work. So I'll put in that, and it opens just fine like that. And then I move it all the way back so it's locked. Now I'll do that just slightly, bring it in, and just that little bit of pressure was enough to keep the bolt from retracting. So you do that, and then it'll pull back. Now it releases, and sometimes trying to lock it back, it does the same thing where it doesn't want to get out of the way of the bolt work. So I don't know. That's what I want to do. Tell you what. Let's see how much time we've got. What time is it here? Uh, Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 anymore. Hey, Lowell. No, it's not. Um, but I just changed it back. Am I changing to a dial combo? Hop Skippity, I want an electronic keypad for it, but I want one that is kind of cool. So in the meantime, before it gets moved into the house, because I've got an idea of how I want to install it in my house and where I want to put it exactly, and that's going to require some minor construction from me. So before I do that, before I move it in there, I want to do all that. Um, let's see. Good thing you have a big scrap bucket in the van to fit safes. Yeah, legless. This is very nice for a freebie. If if we were to turn around and sell it, if I were to turn around and sell it, it would probably be at least 500. Um, with just a basic electronic lock on there. Put a dial and learn manipulation. She says it is safe. Yeah, Rune, I make sure they don't go in there. Or I make sure at the very least that, uh, honestly, the bolt work has been extended because of the issues with the lock. I've not been, um, not been locking it because I don't trust the lock, so I've kept the bolt work out. And I figure if the bolt works out and they do get in there, at least they won't get locked in there. But yeah, definitely make sure they don't get in there. Last combination is always the same, C4. Not a big fan of electrical combo. You know, there are some that are really good. Securam's really good. That's probably what I'll get. Um, Again, be careful driving. All right, let me run out to the car and grab my tools real quick, and we're going to take the back cover off and just so that way you can see what's going on inside when I hit the combo. So give me a second. I am going to mute the audio. That way, if I have to burp or something on the way out to the car, you won't hear it. So be right back. All right, back. Let's get this back cover off of here. Go. Uh-huh. Quarter inch. Excuse me. This little plug that fell out, that's so you can access the back of the lock. I did find out researching this particular safe for the customer when I was afraid I was going to have to drill. Um, I found out that it actually did leave the factory with a dial combination, um, which is interesting. I'm sorry the litter box is in the shot. It's my bad. All right, there we go. You can zoom in a little bit even. So you guys see, like, right here, the bottom here is where the bolt comes out of the lock. And I'll do it normally. Retracts, comes out. You can retract the bolt work. And see right there, it wanted to catch. There it comes out now. Pull the handle just a bit, just so it barely rests on there. And just barely any pressure. And it won't retract. So you have to have it all the way out. And then, there you go. Now you can do it. And then I wonder, yeah, right there, it's like it's getting bound up. Yeah, and it's just sitting right there on top of it. Um, I don't think it's the bolt work itself that's binding up. I think it's that bolt coming out of the lock. I mean, it'll still lock and unlock. In fact, I'll try it with the door shut. I know everybody's screaming at me, don't shut the door, don't shut the door. But you know what? You know, it's good there. And just as long as you have the bolt work completely out of the way, it works just fine. So, I don't know. Well, like I said, I'm going to change that out with something else in the meantime when I can find something. Um, Got to negotiate with the boss to see about how much it would cost me as an employee for one of the dial combinations that we have in the back. We don't have that many. The one that we do have that doesn't have the spindle cut down already is one of the big reds. Look at that face. That was the face of all judgment right there. Uh, and the big reds, I've heard either really good things about the big red safe locks or really bad things about them. So I don't know. Let's see. I'll go back here through the chat. Hope Knight's doing okay. Yeah, Anthony, I was thinking the same thing actually. Um, and I hope Knight's okay. Kitty toys on the floor. Show us the kittens before you go. Definitely. See something running through the shop. um, I'm calling the kitties over there. Yeah, Pocket Women. That was the torch as they call them everywhere else in the world. Flashlight as we call them here. Banner solutions in the shape of a key. Little button on the back. High beams, low beams, flashy beams, or party beams. And I've got another one right here from Southern Security, which is another hardware distributor for locksmiths. Um, it's not quite as fancy as the key shape, but anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, G Key, man, it is a nice little safe. I mean, it's a heavy little safe. Like I said, 312 pounds. I looked up the specs on it. And I'm not going to say the original retail price, but yeah, it was a hell of a deal. Um, Hell of a deal, for sure. So I'm very glad to have gotten it. I really am. So just at the flea market. Flashlights by Flanner. Banner, not Flanner. Or they could be Bashlights by Banner, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so that's kind of where we stand with that. I had another project I was gonna maybe bring in here, but I decided not to. A lesson, especially Lowell, you're here, you're just starting. Which, by the way, Lowell, how's your job, your new locksmith job going? If you're still here, let us know for sure. Curious to see how that's going for you. Um, but here's a pro tip, and Rune and everybody else and Jason, they all already know this, and they're gonna chuckle at me when I say it, but don't create more work for yourself. I did that yesterday. Um, and if you get to a customer's house and they have removed a lock from a door before you get there so that you can work on it, you let them put it back on. Just say it. And then when you try to adjust it, just don't. Sometimes it's better to recommend something new than it is to try to fix what there is. Because now I've got a customer that I will go back to 3 times. Well, the original time and then 2 subsequent times. And yeah, Dana, work smarter, not harder. So it might be late to Jason. So I have to go run the dog to the vet. Oh no, that's not good, Dana. Hopefully she does okay. Hopefully it's just something minor. Um, yeah, that's not good. Um, let's see. All right, so Pocket Women has let her animals out or taking care of them. Let's get let's see. I really can't think of anything else other than kittens. We have to see the kittens. I know that. I always had issues. Oh, shoot. Got her. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Dana, we'll all be thinking about your doggy for sure. All right. Let's see. Let's see the babies. I'll grab this here, and I think Amelia, are you in here with them? Yes, you are. Can I borrow the babies for a minute? Are you all eating? Sorry to disturb your mid-morning breakfast. Come here. Come here. Let go. Come here. Oh, you're definitely a kitty. Oh, there we go. All right. Here we go. All 3 of the babies. This little one, this one I had earlier. These are all 3 of them. This one's the biggest one. He's the biggest boy. Let's see. And that Thursday, he took his deadbolt off because the knob latch was broken. Went to reinstall, noticed tail pieces. Yeah. Let's see. Isn't it 200 extra if they touch it first? You know, we try. I try. This old wiser with the cam plate and 2 screws. Yes. Okay. No, I'm gonna put them back. But everybody wants to see them first. Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, this was actually a Locky uh, digital, which it's not electronic, it's mechanical uh, deadbolt lock, which you normally see on like pool gates or gates for tennis courts and um, places like that. You don't see them on residential doors. And the issue was that whoever originally installed it, the spindle length, which the spindle is just a flat bar, um, it's just a flat bar that floats through there. There's no springs or anything. And if you don't get it the correct length, then it'll stick off the door. And I think that's what it was doing. And so I decided to correct the spindle length so that it would sit snug on the door. And about 1/8 of an inch too much is enough to make it not function. And still, because it wasn't long enough to hit both the front turn and the inside thumb turn. Yes, okay, okay, yes, I'm putting them back. Putting them back where I found them. Let go. Come here. There's one. Here's two. Here's three. All back in there. There we go. There's that. Here's your doormat, because you put that in front. There's that. Yes. See, I put them right back. So anyway, long story short, cut the spindle down to short, which just an eighth of an inch is enough to make that happen. Um, Fortunately, we had some that we had taken off somewhere else that was in the shop, and I had a spindle from there, and I took it, and the spindle was too wide because it was a slightly different model. So now I have to take that and grind it down to the correct width and then take it back and reinstall it. But I've got the original spindle width. The thickness is the same. My replacement spindle is longer, so I don't know. Don't F with it if you don't have to. Or tell them just to put it back on themselves. Let's see. Appointment's at 10:30. Okay, Dana. Yeah, let us know. Yes. Yeah, Rune, the one little boy, he looks almost like Mama. She says, "Oh hell no, put him back." Yep, she did. It's a Ryobi latch tool. Huh, cool. Yeah, yeah, Jason, I think she was calling me names again. Tim's talking about his spindle size again. I know. I mean, yeah. Don't look at it like that. Babies, get back in there. No. I know you want to explore, but maybe not right now. Yep, the babies are on the move. They're starting to explore. It's one of those Murphy's laws of locksmithing. Yep, that's for sure. Well, I don't know. I might have missed it, but how's the new job going? Or have you started yet? Keep us up to date over that. Yes, G Key man. Reinstalls do cost extra. Dana, I'm assuming that by the it's so small you're talking about one of the kittens, not my spindle. Um, I'm just gonna shut up now. Anyway, Delp, yeah, I'd love to see a video on that. I mean, when I install, like, do a fresh install for a deadbolt or a latch or lever or whatever, putting on the door. Um, I mark it. I've got a punch marker. I think Jason's done videos on those too, where basically you do your cross bores and your through bore, and then you just take the little latch punch and put it on there and whack it with a hammer real good so it marks everywhere, kind of cuts into the wood, and then just use a chisel to remove the extra material. Um, and just take a little bit out at a time, fit your latch, see how much more you need. Um, but yeah, let me know about that. Yeah, Rune, I need to I do need to fix the mess that I made for her. Okay, Lowell, haven't started yet. Yeah, just let us know just let us know when you do and how it goes. Dana. Cornelia is just concerned for your safety. Oh, Dana. Yes, litter picker. She knows that all the babies um can become ruthless killers. Yes, just like she could be. I think she's too sweet, but yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, that's what that tool does. Okay, cool. We'll hear more next week. Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, I've been rambling for about an hour. We did approximately 5 minutes worth of locksmithing work. Uh, and so I'm going to go ahead and sign it off and then put the back cover on my safe back on and head in and do some chores because there's always chores to do. And I neglected a bunch of them last weekend. I didn't even get to watch my baseball movies on Independence Day. Uh, that that kind of sucked. I did watch Independence Day on Independence Day, but I did not watch my baseball movies. You know, The Sandlot, Bad News Bears. I was even going to watch the original Bad News Bears. Um, and then this week, I finally found a channel on YouTube that has full episodes of Britain's Got Talent, the latest season and or series, and I love that show. That's the only show like that that I watch. But it's really, really hard to find. Like, you have to get it on YouTube. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. See, this has the chisel built in and does the squared corner and rounded corner. Oh, nice. Yeah, I want to see that, Doubt, for sure. See, it's pulled over, waiting for a train to go by, and there's some quick sets on eBay right now, fairly cheap. Have all the notching tools for latches. Huh, interesting. Riding the jet ski is a major chore. Yes, it is. Staying on the jet ski when somebody else is driving, that's even more so. Uh, Especially when you haven't ridden a jet ski. Now, I will say that was the most successful outing on a jet ski I have ever had on my life. I have been on a jet ski, actually on that same lake was the very first time I rode a jet ski, and it ran out of gas in the middle of the lake. It's when I was in high school. I had to push it back. Um, then I was on a different lake with another friend years later, and the batteries just decided to die, I guess, and so we had to push it back from the middle of the lake. So this was the most successful jet ski ride I've ever had, and but it was great. I had fun out there. I had been riding for a little bit, and I came back and I was like, Kim, use my phone, take a video of me, and so anyway, that's how I got that. Had a great time. Might do it again next weekend. Not sure. I'll keep you up to date. So just look at the community page. Um, let's see. It's Nate Godden's fault. He started it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll bring him. Field of Dreams is like, oh, that's cool, Lowell. Um, and actually, the lake that I went on, Lake James, is where they filmed Last of the Mohicans. What is it? God, 30 years ago now, 35 years ago, something like that. That's where they filmed all the scenes pretty much for Last of the Mohicans was on the lake that I was on uh, this past weekend, and also the ending scene for The Hunt for Red October, where Alec Baldwin and Sean Connery are in the conning tower going up the river in Maine. That was actually shot on that same lake. Of course, they just background projected it in the movie, for filming purposes, but they filmed the actual lake and everything up there. So it's really cool. Anyway, all right, guys. Didn't see you using a booster seat on it. Doubt. Really? And that water, okay, I will clarify, that's a man-made lake. And the islands that we were on, you think about it, they used to be tops of mountains. So the water gets very deep very quickly. So you take 2 steps and it is up to your ass. Depending on, anyway. Yes. Let's see. Send a Twitter note if I do not have to sit here with my sniper wrench next week. I do not always get community post notifications. Okay, yeah, I'll I'll put it on Twitter and the community page. Um, Good bagpipe song as well. I do love some bagpipes. I do. Pocket women, you're gonna have to rewind and watch the babies. I had all three of them up here. Thought you're back. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. Pocket women, just rewind it a little bit, and you'll get to see all three of the babies and Cornelia trying to take them back and telling me, you know, what a horrible person I am. Um, but they're all back in there. So anyway, y'all have a great weekend. Again, stay tuned to the community page and Twitter if you're on there. And I'll update y'all. You might get a surprise live from the lake, maybe depending, depending on what time we get out there and get set up and everything. So, and I'm not for sure we're going to do that next weekend or not. I hope so, but I'll keep y'all up to date. Until then, y'all stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay out of trouble, and we'll see you next time.